Had a patient recently, he's a beekeeper, and he was outside doing his beekeeping for a couple of hours, and his muscles were really hot, and he was very flexible. It's like an athletic event. Dealing with bees, I would be very scared myself of getting stung. I've been stung a few times, and neither one of those was pleasant. But I do like eating honey, so we appreciate Bob's hard work. That's his real name, actually. Usually you just make up a name like Bob, but that is his first name. So here's the deal. He got back into his truck, and he was enjoying that country music probably. He had the AC on full blast. He was just kind of leaning back like this. Well, he arrives at his destination. He's finally home. And it's time to get out of the truck. He just forward like this, shuts off the truck, and then he gets out. Oh my gosh, he threw his back out big time because here's what happened. It's our Slinky. He was bent over here like this, and then he gets out of his truck, and it just, see that? It just kind of compressed like that. It just buckled right in one space. You ever felt like that? Or it just, oh my gosh, you know you're going to have a setback, and it's going to be a bad next few days. Well, that type of thing happens all the time, but here's what you can do to prevent that. Make sure before you do a difficult movement, or if you think you kind of moved the wrong way after picking up that young child, or I was going to say phone books, those groceries, right? And you feel like you may have tweaked something, make sure, first of all, that you're bending straight backward and forward correctly. That can kind of help the cars to get back onto the train track and keep things in alignment and not falling all the way out. Now, one important thing to remember is a good healthy disc space. Yeah, you have to be drinking enough water, but the main thing that allows the water to absorb into the discs, the main movement, is flexing and extending in this movement. That's the difference between a healthy disc space and a non-healthy disc space, the spine's ability to get water in. Obviously, having a misaligned spine is going to prevent that normal mechanical movement, and that's what leads to wear and tear. Now the other thing is, if you think you lose your C1 alignment in a moment in time, it's really difficult to catch, but let's just say that you just left here, you got adjusted, and then you get on a plane and you're putting your overhead luggage up here, and then something falls down on your head, and oh my gosh, you feel a click and it's just not moving. Here's what you can do. Same thing almost. You're not going to bend down and back like this, but you're going to jut your chin out slightly and then back. An inch out and an inch back. Inch out, inch back. 5 to 10 times, because here's what happens. The first thing that C1 does when it misaligns is it moves ever so slightly forward. Okay? So if this is the back of you, it moves ever so slightly forward, so it unlocks and then it shifts or rotates. So when you keep your chin tucked in, there's a nice bony backstop there, but when you extend or when you put yourself into an awkward position, there's really no bony locking mechanism. There's just muscles and ligaments, and that's what can lead to the sprain strain sort of thing that we feel sometimes when we lose our alignment. If you have any questions about this at all, let me know. Don't be a kinked slinky. Make sure that your body is moving, especially in this flexion extension. Again, that's why we love the kettlebell exercise, because it strengthens your spine, it's good cardio, and there's a little bit of a risk element. You got to stay on your toes. Well, not really. Figuratively, you have to be paying attention because you don't want to drop the thing on your feet, especially if you are keeping bees. You don't want that beehive to land on your feet. So beware of the very comfy chairs and the AC in your truck after that long strawberry picking session or gardening work.